On October 1st, 2021, we'll be discontinuing support for Spotlight. As part of this, we encourage all Spotlight teams to move to iAuditor, which offers an improved incident capture experience with the Issues feature. As we won't be able to migrate any Spotlight settings, we'll be showing you how to get your team started in iAuditor, covering how to set up your team, how to prepare the Issues feature, and how to get your team to use it and capture incidents as well as observations. Before you begin, please make sure you've signed up for an iAuditor account. You can go to safetyculture.com/register to sign up. To get things started, let's set up your team. Take note that in Spotlight, teams are the structures or frameworks that host you and your colleagues. With iAuditor, a team is recognized as an organization. Before you invite your team members to your iAuditor organization, we recommend that you set up the basics by updating your organization's details. To do so, first log into the iAuditor web app. Then, select your organization name on the lower left corner of the page. Now, select Settings from the tab on the top of the page. Click Edit in the Organization box, where you can update your organization's name, Australian business number if you're based in Australia, phone number, email, website URL, as well as the language setting for your organization. Once you're ready, click Save Changes. Keep in mind that these details are visible to all users in your organization. Now that you have an iAuditor organization ready to go, let's bring in your team. Unlike Spotlight, you'll need to invite your team members as users to iAuditor with email addresses rather than phone numbers. From the Settings page, select Users from the tab on the top of the page. Then, click Add Users on the upper right. Enter each user's email address, first name, and last name. If you want to create some structure within your organization, you can create and add users to groups as well. As an option, you can also set passwords for each user, or go by the default setting and allow each user to set their own password when activating. Once you've entered all the user's details, click Add Users. Each user will receive an email containing a link for them to activate their iAuditor account. Keep in mind that if your organization is on our free plan, you can only add up to 9 other users. Now that your team is set up in iAuditor, let's prepare your incident capturing with what we call the Issues feature. From the Users page, select Issues from the menu on the left-hand side. Then, click Edit Categories at the top of the page. In Spotlight, you may know these as incident tags, where in iAuditor, we call them issue categories. Currently, you can have up to 7 categories for different types of incidents, issues, or observations you want to capture. To start with, you can assess whether your team requires all 7 categories or not, and then either rename existing categories to suit your context, or hide the ones you don't need. With your issue categories names ready to go, let's set up each category's automatic notifications, which you may recognize as team alerts from Spotlight. Unlike Spotlight, where you can only alert individual users, iAuditor allows you to notify groups as well. Staying on the Edit Categories page, go through each category and select which users and/or groups you want to notify for each reported issue. Changes you make should save automatically. To ensure that users who get notified can collaborate to resolve issues, each user and/or group will also be given access to issues from the category. Moving on from the automatic notifications, let's determine who can report and access issues from each category. As a step up from Spotlight, where incident tags are available to everyone in your team, you can restrict access to each category's issues to specific users and/or groups. Staying on the Edit Categories page, go through each category and select the users and/or groups you want to give issue access to. Changes you make should save automatically. Keep in mind that giving a category's issue access means users and/or groups will be able to report, view, and update issues from that category. Also, remember that users and/or groups who get notified will also have access, so you don't need to add them again. Moving on from the issue access, let's customize the prompted questions. You may recognize them as initial input questions from Spotlight, but we've taken them to the next level in iAuditor by allowing you to customize up to 5 different questions for each category. This way, each issue's who, what, where, and when details can be captured by the reporter there and then. And as usual, changes you make should save automatically. Finally, with your issue categories set up, your team is ready to start reporting issues, or what you may know as opening incidents from Spotlight. To empower workers of all environments, we've added support to our web app and our mobile apps. However, we'll be showing you how to report issues via the iAuditor mobile app here. First, open and log into the iAuditor mobile app. Then, tap Issues at the bottom of your screen. Next, tap the plus icon on the lower right if you use an Android device, or on the upper right if you use an iOS device. And select the issue category from the pop-up. Now, enter a title for the issue and describe what has happened. To provide a bit more context, you can also add photos of the issue before tapping Submit to report the issue. This should automatically notify relevant users and/or groups. If required, you can also notify additional users from the pop-up or tap later to skip. If you have location services enabled on your device, this will also capture the location as well as the weather condition at the time. On this screen, you can notify additional users, answer prompted questions, and add further comments or media attachments. To provide more details for the issue, tap Details at the upper right and complete each field accordingly. Now that your team has reported issues, ones that have been resolved may need to be shared with stakeholders for review. Similar to Spotlight, you can view and share web report versions of each issue via both the web app and the mobile app. Staying on an issue's details screen, tap View Report. This opens the web report on a new web page. The web report should include both the issue details and information from the activity screen. To share the report, tap Share on the upper right and tap Copy Link. Great work! Now that your team's Spotlight experience is moved to the Issues feature, let's make sure that you take advantage of everything iAuditor offers. If you're not sure where to start, check out our Getting Started guide to start exploring.